The World Cup Group C has finally finished. Argentina beats Poland 2-0. Mexico beats Saudi Arabia 2-1. And the biggest, loss that was a win that I've ever seen for Mexico. Now, this is absolutely atrocious. And Messi misses a penalty that could potentially, you can say, really cause Mexico to be eliminated. But you also got to go out there and blame Gallardo. That man came out there, had a choice to pass it to Chucky or Raul Jimenez to go out there and score the goal to send you to the next round. And he gives the worst possible pass. He's garbage. Retire at this point. And then I'm going to look at Tata Martino. This is the first time I've seen a good lineup. You play this lineup every single game, you might be in the round of 16 right now. You might be. This was the best lineup. It was like Mexico had no offensive creativity. And the answer was there on the bench. Orbelin comes in. You put him with Edson and Chavez. Completely different game, and Mexico looks explosive. They should have scored like 5 goals. Oh, it's so frustrating. This hasn't happened since the 1990s that Mexico get eliminated in the group stage. And Tata Martino comes in. The second I saw the groups drawn and I saw Argentina in there, I said, yeah, cross that off as a loss. We'll see what we do against Poland and Saudi Arabia. Against Saudi Arabia, apparently Hector Herrera had his family at ransom or something because he was playing every single minute against Argentina. Played a good amount against Poland. Absolutely disgraceful decision making. He's a failure. Tata Martino is a failure of a manager. He's never had success anywhere. Goes in underachieves with Barcelona. Had one of the best teams. Had some of the best players in the world. Underperforms. Fraud. Then he goes with Argentina, loses to Chile in the final, who Argentina was a better pound-for-pound team in every aspect of the game. Loses, right? Then failure. Now he comes over here to Mexico. And you know what? He loses to the U.S. Mexico had owned the U.S. prior to him coming. And he loses. Whose idea was it to bring Tata Martino? Whoever that is, fired. In the morning with Tata Martino, letter of resignation and a public humiliation for throwing, obviously, the second game against Argentina. He went out there. He put a lineup that said, you know what, the best possible thing that I could see is us tying, because he didn't want to eliminate his bro Messi and his home country. He was like, you know what, I'm going to put in the 2 worst midfielders. I'm going to bench arguably our best player. I'm going to bench our best fullback. I'm going to bench our best striker. He did all of that. Nobody, stopped to think like, this guy's throwing it. Everybody was pissed at him. You could see the clips of, Chucky Lozano and everyone after the game, after in the training, just looking at him like, what the hell? Who are you to make these decisions? You're obviously, I'm pretty sure he had to stop himself from celebrating when he saw Messi score and Enzo Fernandez. It's an absolute disgrace. And let me get to Messi. Messi was a fraud. He's been a fraud. I'm telling you this right now. Against Poland, did absolutely nothing. It's a pen. That was not a pen. Nobody can agree. Even the Argentinians and the commentator and the Uruguayans, they're looking at that and they're like, yeah, that's not a penalty. And you know what they said? Qatar and FIFA was like, we want to see Argentina in the next round, because if they get first place, they play Australia, the worst team that's probably going to qualify in the round of 16 history, and Argentina's going to win 4-0. 4-0. That's right. And Messi's going to score 2 of them against the Australia team that is a god-awful. Got destroyed by France, who literally had the worst start that I've ever seen to a World Cup. When a team starts where they get scored on and their player tears his knee apart in the same play and they're down 1-0, having this curse in their head, and they still manage to come up and win 4-1, you're god-awful. And they somehow got out of the group. Denmark underachieved. I was wrong about Denmark. Then now Argentina's going to play them. And then possibly the U.S. if they upset Netherlands. And they're going to have the easiest ride to the semifinal. It's going to be so easy for them. And it's going to be the worst experience of my life when I see that happen. And I hope Argentina get upset by Australia. But I don't care. But Messi ends up, ghosting against Poland. Misses a penalty that should have been a pen. Against Mexico, the only reason he scored was because he had, Grandpa Hector Herrera and Guardado in the first half. He had all the time and space. He could do whatever. He beat Liga MX legends. that are in the past their primes. That's what he did. That's who he outclassed. Wow, Messi, you can do it in the Liga MX. You proved us wrong. Wow, but you still can't do it in the Prem. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about the dumb statistics. Lionel Messi, when I seen him when it counts, up 3-0 against Liverpool, all he had to do was go into Anfield and not lose more than 3-0, and you go to overtime at least. Loses 4-0. That shows the type of player he is. Anyways, first game of the season, you lose to Saudi Arabia, you score a BS pen that should have been a pen, and they kind of felt guilty about it, and they end up, calling Lautaro Martinez's goal offside, which arguably, in my opinion, that was onside, but they said, you know what, we gave you a free goal, we're going to take away a goal, and then Saudi Arabia shocked Argentina and the world when they scored those 2 goals, and now, it's a disgrace. All I got to say is, Tata Martino, you're a failure of a manager. I hope you never get a job again. You quite obviously threw the match against Argentina. That was the best lineup, the best I've seen Mexico. You had the answer for Mexico's lack of creativity on the bench. They didn't play a single minute until you put them in, and boom, Mexico looked a lot better when they had Chavez, Edson, in front Orbelin. The front 3 was fine. Alexi Vega underperformed, but I don't really hate the guy. He's actually pretty good. He just had a bad game. That was really it. Mexico out of the group stage. Changes need to happen in the federation. Up top, changes need to make top to bottom. The players, I don't blame them except Gallardo and Hector Herrera, Guardado, Raul Jimenez, Funes Mori. All of you guys, heads down. The rest of you guys were put in a position to fail. Your manager had to resist celebrating when the other team scored. Yeah, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's frustrating because this Mexico team isn't it's not like it's untalented. It definitely has talented players. They have options. You had Santi Jimenez and Diego Lainez, 2 absolute studs that you don't bring for some odd reason. I don't know what they did. All of Mexico was disgraced with those decisions. I don't know how Alvarado goes in. Alvarado has no business in the World Cup. Funes Mori, no business in the World Cup. Raul Jimenez, you're hurt. No business in the World Cup. Hector Herrera and Guardado, no business in the World Cup. But, he brings them and he was like, you know what? My goal here, his perfect world isn't Mexico win all 3 games and they go in first. No, that wasn't Tata's perfect world. His perfect world was that Argentina or Mexico score another goal and it's 3-0 or it's 2-0, 3-0 in both of the games, doesn't matter how, and Mexico gets second, Argentina first. His goal almost happened, but it didn't. He should be fired. Nobody should look into him. He's a fraudulent manager. Messi, you have to thank this guy. I don't know. Get him a job somewhere. At PSG, manage there. I don't know. But you gotta... He came through for you. He gave you 3 free points that without him you're eliminated right now. But it is what it is. Same old story. Argentina and Messi just get the benefit of everything. We'll never see anything different until after this World Cup. I can't wait for him to just get eliminated in the semis. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be either if Brazil gets there, it'll be the semis. If Brazil doesn't get there, we're going to see Argentina in the final. It's simple as that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and thank you guys for watching.